Okay, so I've got some things to open, and I've got some other things to show you that I purchased at Dollar General. We had to run there for a few things for the camp at the lake, and I picked up a couple more things for journaling there. So I'll show you those. These I ordered to show you guys how to use a little golden book as a journal. So I got the Tale of Peter Rabbit because I thought this one would make a really cute, more standard, shabby chic, florally journal, since I have so very much of that stuff to use. This one I'm going to keep for last. I got Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. For me, I'm going to make a journal for myself out of this one. Snow White has always been my favorite Disney story, my favorite Disney movie. Dopey is my favorite, but this is special to me because, let me grab something else. When I went to my scrapbook retreat, we did those kits that you saw me make up, and my mom and my sister each made kits. Well, my mom put a book in each of our kits, and the one she gave me was Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, a big golden book in full color. So this is, and this no longer has its gold binding, but at some point in time it did. You can tell because these are still bound the same exact way. But the cool part about this is this was actually my mom's book. Oh, this is some ephemera that I got too. She actually bought an entire package just so I could have this sheet. So I forgot I tucked that in there for safety. But what's extra special and neat about this book is it says December 1962, Patricia. That's not even their current address. It's changed, but so yeah, but that's in my grandmother's writing, and she passed a couple years ago. So I just thought it was neat that I could have Mom's original and then a newer modern version of my own. But this shows how long the little golden books have been being made. So I thought that was neat and special. And then I bought this Alice in Wonderland one, which I think I'm going to do an Alice junk journal for my sister, who is probably watching this, but my sister's always loved Alice. So, and while we're on that, we're going to go ahead and open this one because I do believe this package goes with that book. And sure enough, it does. So, this is an Alice in Wonderland. It says Fairy Tale Wonderland, but I bought this ephemera pack to go with this particular journal. I will sort through this. We will build this into a book. I may work on this one with you guys more. This one I'll probably work on here and there and show you and do a couple pages, but a flip through. Same with this one probably. I don't really have any stuff to go with the Snow White one. But this one, let's talk about this one for a minute. This one, we're going to take a trip down memory lane together. I'm going to get my tote of all of my old pictures down, and I'm going to start pulling pictures of my kids when they were little. My kids are 22 and 25 now, but this book, we must have read 100,000 times. This obviously isn't the copy we had. This is a brand new one from Amazon, but this was one of our favorites. So we're going to take a little trip down memory lane and do a junk journal of my kids when they were little. So I think this will be a really fun one to do. It's going to allow me to use some more brighter things, and it's going to be a lot picture based, so it'll be less ephemera pieces, probably a lot of scrap paper, but we'll watch it evolve. So when we went to Dollar General, I picked up a few things. Like I said, I grabbed some large clasp envelopes and some smaller clasp envelopes. I will show you how you can work these into your journals. The large ones are going to be too big for the little golden books, because if you wanted to use it whole, your page would have to be at least 9 inches tall. I also picked up some Manila Folders, because these you can cut and use inside. I picked up some blank note cards that you can use inside your journals. You can use both the envelopes and the card. So we'll be going over that. I might put some of these in like the Peter Rabbit journal, maybe the Snow White one. And I also picked up for $1 a little hardbound Aesop's Fables book, basically to pull the pictures and use as ephemera backgrounds. I'll probably keep the text in some cases too, but that's mostly what I wanted it for, was the pictures. So, and then I bought 2 identical composition books. I think these were $2 books. They're a little bit sturdier, but they're still bound the same. So, for those of you that are getting composition books to use as junk journals, you're not going to want to use this whole. And I'm going to go through this real quick right now for one of them. I'm going to pull my journal. You can already see only 6 or 7 pages into this. Like, this is actually 3.5 pages. How much bigger it's already gotten. Like, if I pull 4 to that side and then I grab 4 here, you can see how much room that's starting to take up already. So my recommendation is, typically, this one I actually might have a little overstuffed, but is typically no more than 1/3 of whatever your total thickness is. So for a composition book that has, this one has 80 sheets in it, I would highly recommend that you find your center. That's going to be easiest by doing this. And literally start ripping out pages. Preferably without messing up your binding. And remember, when you're working in these, that they're going to be much thinner. So I would do, like, you know, skip 2, pull 1. And you can go back and get those. But I would do that on each side. Or, you know, skip 3 and pull 1. However you want to do it, you can keep that paper to use on other things. And obviously I would clean all of this out. But that way it's going to be thinned down. You're still going to end up with a book that gapes a bit. But even half of it is going to be a lot. So I would really, if it started with 80 sheets, that's 40 in the front, 40 in the back. Like I said, I would go at least 1/3 down in size. Probably closer to half in this case. I mean, I would bring it down so each side only had 20 sheets. That's 40, and that's probably still entirely too much. So honestly, if you could pare it down to like 30, 32, somewhere in there, you're going to have a much better experience working with this. You can still cover the front if you want. Cover your inside with some pretty paper. And then just remember when you're working in it that these pages are going to be much flimsier. So if you're going to want to go through and do cardstock, I would only do cardstock on one side, say. Not fully cover both, because then you are going to end up with a super, super fat journal. So this one, I am actually going to take apart and rebind. And I haven't decided if I'm going to bind it full size, because if I bind it full size, I can use like this size envelope and things in it. So, but you can either bind it full size or you can cut it down. It's entirely up to you at that point. But this is the full one. Like literally don't jump in and think you're going to use this whole book. So I'm actually going to sit here. I'm going to go through and do the 1, 2, 3 every other page, rip it out, and then I'm going to come back and show you how much thinner it has gotten and if I think it needs to become even thinner than that. But I did also want to mention that I did finally get my new printer. This was the only one we could find anywhere locally. So this is actually kind of the bottom end for the Eco Tanks, but it should still print as many pages on a fill. And I think they claim it can get up to like 90. You can save like 90% on your refill cost. So this one was $200 at Walmart because I wanted it now because I need a printer now. So this will allow me to print my pictures for the lake journal, print off any other pictures I need for journaling. Because I haven't decided if the Alice one, I'm going to just do a blank journal, or if I'm going to pull in like my sisters in my childhood here and there, and I may do that. So, yeah, but I do have my new printer here, so I'll be able to print my journaling blocks in color again and all of that. So, yay. So, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to sit there and finish cleaning out this book. Okay, so I have removed slightly more than half the sheets. I'm not going to like go through and actually count how many are left in this, but now I have some working room. You can see how thick this one is compared to this one now. So if you don't want to rebuild a journal, but you want to use this type of book for a junk journal, you can do that, and then you can still just make it a quick little elastic band to hold it shut, or do some other kind of closing. But that is the quick and easy conversion on a composition book for you. I will get to this one at some point, but I don't know when. But I'm going to try and get to this and a golden book this week, because so many of you are getting a certain kit in and don't know what to do with it. So this is one way, this will be another way, and I will be back. And keep all of these for scraps, or even to use in a journal. You can use these papers this way. So there you go. Thank you for watching, and I will be working my way through this stuff. I have to get my nature journal entries for the week done, and hopefully I can get some pictures printed from the lake this weekend and get started on that journal. And hopefully I can at least get one more bound this week, whether it be the composition book, but I'd really like to do a little golden book first, because that's the other thing that people are really needing some guidance on immediately. So I'll be back. Thank you.